Hi, Rodolfo. Welcome back. I'm glad you decided to come back for another session. So, in our first session, you mentioned that you were moving out for the first time. Do you care to elaborate on that?
Yeah, I recently got accepted for a PhD position. I'm a senior in college, so I really want to pursue a higher degree, but it's also been a cause of anxiety. I never lived far away from home, so I'm really anxious about the whole ordeal, and it's causing me to kind of second guess a lot of what I'm doing. But I know that it's an opportunity that I can't let go.
Well, first of all, congratulations on being accepted into the program. I know that's something very difficult, and not a lot of people get to actually achieve in their lifetime. What do you hope to get out of deciding to come back for more sessions?
Pills? No, but really, I would like to kind of get to the root of my anxiety. It's different than just suffering anxiety like through test taking. This is more of a life anxiety. A lot of changes are gonna happen. It's kind of making me worry a lot. Um, like I said, because I think I would feel better once I start the program because then I'll be accepted and I'll be an actual student at at the school. But up until now, it kind of feels like they could just take it away at any time. Because I'm not yet a student, they can revoke it. But I figure if I can talk now and get some counseling or get some guidance into coping mechanisms or how to combat anxiety without, asking another therapist or bribing a therapist for pills, then I feel like that would be a better reflection of progress overall.
Okay. You have a lot to say. First, I'm not authorized to give pills,
I know.
but that is something if you do wish to discuss later on in the future, we can reevaluate that.
Okay.
A lot of anxiety seems to stem to you going to school
Mm-hmm.
instead of actually moving out. Do you feel like you are able to move out at all during this time?
Um, I think I would need a lot of help. I don't really do any housework. My mom kind of does everything at home. Um, I would have to learn to kind of do basic house chores. I can't just rely on paying someone, for example, to come in and do my stuff. But I feel like I'm able to learn. I'm old enough to learn. I should know how to do a lot of these basic things, like how to operate a washer or dryer, or not only eat on takeout. I should learn to cook. So it's a lot of key skills that I haven't developed, mostly because I hadn't need to. But I realize I've been privileged and that I didn't need to, but I should.
You mentioned that your mom does a lot of the household chores, correct?
Yes.
Have you considered asking her to help you learn how to do these things?
Yeah, I've asked her how to just to show me how to do things on my own. I've made a mistake, like throwing in red clothes into white clothes, or yeah, just small mistakes. And I'm learning, but definitely my mom has been a key supporting figure in making sure I'm able to fend on my own, stand on my own.
It sounds like you have your mom and your dad as a very good support system. How have they reacted to you moving out?
Like I said, my mom's been sad but accepting of me. My dad's been all for it. He's been motivating me to go for it. But my mom's been like very sad, but she accepts it. That's the best thing for me to do. But very sad.
Is her being sad one of the factors that makes you more anxious?
A little bit. I know we both know I can survive on my own, but I kind of don't like missing my mom like very sad. But I know it'll be a sharp pain at first, but like a band aid. But once I move out, it'll start healing.
I'm glad to see that you are able to risk going out on your own for the first time and that your dad seems very supportive, and I'm sure your mom in time will get used to it. Like you said, it's like a band-aid. You have to do this one time and then the worst will be over. Can you tell me more on how you are working to cope? What do you do when you start to feel anxious?
Well, When I start to feel a lot of anxiety, I get really sweaty. I feel nervous. Um, I usually kind of to make myself feel better. I immerse myself in video games as a coping mechanism, and I also tend to overeat or focus on candy to get a stimulation from them to kind of get my mind off things. But yeah, I know, especially the overeating is a good skill for coping. But it's what lets me get through the day, especially on days where I have to work and then attend school. I usually just go for fast food instead of going home and eating because it's comfort food.
You mentioned that you work, so you work on top of also attending school.
Yeah, so I'm a full time student. I do research, and then I work at night at a correctional facility with for young adults. And so I make or so uh, I don't. My parents don't make enough money to support my college tuition, so I have to apply for scholarships and tuition grants. But I also work to support myself and help out my family, pay bills. Um, they're okay, but I feel like they really rely on the support that I provide financially, at least. But I think once I move out, then the bill should be a little easier. Money wise, it'll be a little easier. It's one less mouth to feed, and I guess just less overall.
Well, I'm very, what's the word? It's very good that you are able to help your family, and that that you are very supportive of them, they are very supportive of you, and that you are able to work and attend full-time school, since I know that is something hard to
Mm-hmm.
do. I did it myself when I was going through school. But how have they reacted to you working so much, since you do work, go to school, and do research?
Um, they've expressed concern. Sometimes I work late into the night, early in the evening, or late into the night, early in the morning. But they know that I'm doing the best I can. Um, and so instead of like trying to control me or prevent me from doing what I do, they express support and motivation, which also ties back to why I never do any house chores. Um, Mostly I just don't have the time usually. My mom does it for me, but they're happy to know that that this graduate studies represents a better opportunity for myself. I won't have to work anymore, and my tuition will be paid, so I can just focus on my studies.
So financially, you think you'll be better off once you start grad school, as well as your family will be better off since you won't be around.
Yeah, I think once I'm on my own, the paycheck for grad school is much higher. The cost of the area of which the school's in is much lower, so it's a lower cost. So I'll actually be able to save some money this time around. And if I'm gone from the house, then it's less for them to worry about. And then my dad should be able to take care of my mom, my sister alone.
As a reminder, can you tell me when you are moving out of the state?
I'm moving at the end of summer, so I graduate in this spring, and then I'll move out at the end of summer. So I have to look for an apartment on my own, which I've never done, and then I have to. Luckily, I was able to enough roommates where I never have to experience the ultimate horror of having a roommate. So I'll be able to find a one bedroom for myself with my savings, and then I'll be able to just support that small place for myself with my graduate tuition.
Well, despite you feeling anxious, it does seem like there is going to be a lot of positive stuff going on once you do go off to grad school, such as living on your own in a one bedroom without roommates, being able to be financially independent, and hopefully you do end up learning how to do other household chores, which you should help ask your mom to help and assist you with. Um, let's see.
I mean, I figured if I learned skills now to cope with these feelings, it'll be a lot easier. But I mean, hey, if suburban moms can abuse Xanax and Zoloft, what's preventing me, right? But yeah, I hope to get a hold of my anxiety in a healthier, manageable way.
Well, hopefully, if you do choose to come back, we can continue working on that to help you reduce your anxiety and redirect it in a more positive way. You are always welcome back, and you are free to come back. We will continue to work with you together up until you do have to move at the end of summer. And if you do wish to continue therapy, I can always give you a referral to a therapist, or you can do your own research to find someone in that area that will be able to help you with your anxiety once you have moved.
Okay.
So, since this is the end of the session, I do want you to fill out this session rating scale to tell me how you did on everything. So, and if that is all the things we have to discuss, then it was nice seeing you and hope to see you again.
Thank you.